morning traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to today's update. So we're doing a quick just a quick review of some of the action last night. Now as you would have seen, US retail sales came in a lot stronger than expected. So the core came in at 2.3%, expected was 0.9, the last was minus 0.9, and the retail sales figure came in at 3%. They expected 1.9, and the last figure was minus 1.1. The Empire State Manufacturing Index also came in a lot better than expected, but it still was in the negative at negative 5.8. They had expected negative 18.2, and the last data was negative 32.9. So pretty good signs there, and it resulted in quite an interesting night where we saw stocks rise, and we also saw the dollar index had a very good night. So normally you don't see those two rising in unison with each other, as the US dollar is normally a safe haven, but we did see the Dow for here fall back from lows to finish a little bit higher, but it was the fight back that was the inspiring part of it. And if we have a look at the SPX 500, we can see, I'll just update that, we can see that strong move yesterday that's got back up to start testing this resistance here. So we are still looking for this leg here to continue on, but we really do need to see a break and beat of 41.56, that area, to show that this trend is going to continue. So we'll be looking to see if that can happen this week. And things, despite the CPI surprise, much higher retail sales, which could, one would have thought would be damaging for stocks, because it could be showing that the economy is still too firm and that inflation could still be an issue. And this is off the back, especially of higher inflation, and that you may think that, well, that's going to set up more interest rate hikes. But stock traders didn't really look at it that way. The dollar sure did look at it that way, but stock traders didn't, and we can see this further buying. So we'll just have a look at the Nasdaq as well before we jump over to the USD. We can see another nice day, and that takes it to 3 in a row, and it is testing this resistance at this point in time now. So we're going to do a very quick separate video on cryptocurrencies later, but they also had a stellar performance last night, and we saw some really strong gains, and those gains are being followed up today at the moment. Now, gold did fall yesterday. It's continued to track lower, and that was off the back of that stronger USD. We did see the risk majors like the Aussie, Euro, and Pound, they fell to the US dollar, and we had some mixed results to the end. So if we move over to the USD, we did a report on the USD yesterday. Now we can see that was the bar that really got my attention yesterday, was that strong fight back from the lows, and we saw that hold of support at 102, that 103 area, and we will look to see if buyers could break resistance. Now they have taken the first step in breaking resistance. They've closed above 103.60, and we have seen a test and break of this high at 103.86, but we just sit below it at the moment. So we'll continue to look to see if this bar here can turn into some sort of breakout. We've got step one really of the breakout has occurred. Now we need to see if buyers can follow up and get a new leg higher underway, and we can still, as discussed yesterday, we can see that break here of this fast trend there, which was broken the previous week. So we'll continue to watch, earlier this month. So we'll continue to watch and see if this can turn into a new push higher by the dollar. If we do see some buying continue, we'll probably be looking at this area up here at my eyes aren't what they used to be, 105.16, potentially for resistance, but we really do need to see a break above out of this congestion, just to really confirm that that's underway. And we really do want to see this area below here hold as support if we do see any new moves by sellers, and that's really that 103 down to roughly around 102.62, that area there. So with there's other stock indices, so the Aussie 200 is still firmer today. We just saw some pretty average employment data come out. We saw employment change came in at minus 11.5k, and unemployment increased to 3.7% in Australia. And it hasn't done anything great for the Aussie. Probably could. It could be interesting because it could start to put some sort of counter a counter argument against the RBA and with their rate policy at the moment, but we'll see if that is going to eventuate or not. But for now, the ASX is bouncing. It has tested this point here, and we do have this area here of demand, which is feeding some buying at the moment. But the short-term trend is definitely still down. So just going back to US indexes quickly, we really do want to see a break of this resistance areas here. The Nasdaq, would be nice to see it trading above that area when you see if buyers can break that level there. And for the SPX 500, similar story. We have this nice, ascending triangle pattern, which are pretty common in uptrends. So they are a bullish continuation pattern, but we need to see a break of this resistance to really, confirm that. And for the US 30, it's probably the worst of the three at the moment, but we do, we have a bit of that range is still in play, but we'd like to see if we can get a break above this area and maybe get back up to test some of the prices we saw previously this week. So that's it for today's update. Thanks very much for your time and tuning in. Wish you all the best for the rest of the day. And we do have a bit more news coming up. So we have the PPI coming out early Friday morning, which is at 12:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So tune into that one, and we'll continue to see more pieces of the inflation puzzle. So all the best. Thank you very much again. Wish you the best for the rest of the week until our next update. And if you are enjoying our content, please subscribe to see more. Thank you and bye.